I know, you've been thinking, I need a TC Electronic Hall of Fame 2 X4 in my life. Let's check it out. All right, this is the new edition of the TC Electronic Hall of Fame Reverb pedal line. Let's get right into some sounds and I'll talk about features as we go along. Here is my dry sound. Alrighty. Oh, also, at certain points, I will be adding in some TC Electronic flashback delay. All right, just a little something there at some points. Let's turn on a reverb and get right down to it. Here's preset number 1. Yeah, kind of nice. And to be quite frank, it's a preset. I'm not exactly sure which reverb it is. So as you look at the presets here, you'll see 4 buttons across the top, which means you get 4 presets in a bank. Here's my second preset. Preset number 3. You can guess what that is. Ooh, and check that out. I switched reverbs, and because I have this thing on buffered bypass, there's spillover between the presets. Really nice. All right, so there are 2 banks of 4 presets. There is a bank switch. This little switch right here allows you to move between bank 1 and bank 2. That little switch also allows you to save presets. What about the controls up here? Well, they're nice and big and easy to use. You've got decay, pre-delay, tone, and mix or level. Let's check those out and go back to preset 1 here. Let's make that decay time longer. Yeah, nice long one. Let's add some pre-delay in. Add some more in. Yeah, so you can hear that little delay before the reverb swells in. Real nice. Let's try some tone. All the way clockwise, counterclockwise should be nice and dark. Yeah. And we should now have a bright one. All right, level. All the way counterclockwise is dry. Okay, just like the Flashback 2 X4, that level knob does not take you from 0 to 100 wet. This is probably 0 to, I don't know, maybe 75 wet. Okay, so if you want to go all the way wet, you've got a couple choices. One is there is a kill dry switch on the back of the unit here, along with a buffered bypass and true bypass switch. So you can kill the dry all the way with that little switch, or you can use the Toneprint editor to create a custom preset that allows you to knock out all the dry signal. Okay, does it make sense? You still get a lot of reverb with the level knob all the way up. All right, let's check out a couple of the out-of-the-box reverb types. First up is the shimmer. Here we go. right, yeah, that's kind of nice there. Now, one thing we haven't talked about yet is the mash button. Like all of the newer TC Electronic pedals, the Hall of Fame 2 X4 has a mash button, and not only one, it has 4 mash buttons. Now, if you're not familiar with a mash button, it's like a built-in expression pedal, and it responds to pressure. If I read the documentation right, I believe it's 20 pounds of pressure to get to the full press of the mash. And you can map that mash button to any 1, 2, or 3 different parameters in a reverb patch that you might create through the Toneprint editor. So let's check out the standard mash button behavior on this particular preset. Here we go. Oh yeah. All right, let's keep going. That was the shimmer. Let's go to the ambi reverb. Let me bring that level all the way up. Now, I was a little confused. When I saw ambi, I thought ambient, and I'm an ambient guitarist, right? So I'm thinking big reverb decays, but actually in the documentation, TC Electronic views this more as just a subtle ambient kind of reverb. If you just want to fill out the sound a little bit and add a little bit, maybe not even a room, maybe even like a closet, this is a great option. Let's throw a little delay in there so you can hear that along with the reverb. Yeah. So you can't even really hear it as a reverb. It just kind of fills everything out. Moving on, the lo-fi reverb. That one's pretty metallic. Yeah, kind of cool there. And it sounds good at a low level. All right, let's move on to another one. Next up is the mod reverb. That one really does add a nice modulation effect. I like that a lot. Next up is the gate reverb, and I've turned the level all the way up so you can hear it a little bit better. Here's what it sounds like with a short decay. And you can hear the cutoff right in the decay itself. It just kind of goes until it doesn't. All right, let me go ahead and bring that decay up a good bit, and let's see what happens. Ooh, that's cool. That is really sweet. So the decay continues as long as you allow the string to ring out. Did you get that? Well, let's try that again. right, so that decay is still going underneath, even though the gate chops off the tone. And when you play another note with a really long decay time with this gated reverb, you can actually build notes. Oh, the mind kind of boggles on that one, doesn't it? I think I need a plate reverb. Here's a nice short plate. And a long plate. Ah, one of the ones you've been waiting for, the church reverb. That's nice. Let's throw a little bit of flashback delay in on this one and do some volume swells. All right, let's try some hall reverb. I think we should try some room reverb. A bigger room. Yeah, let's bring the tone down, make it a mellow room. And a bright room. And finally, for the out-of-the-box reverb types, it's the spring. Here's what that sounds like. Yeah, it's pretty springy. How about some spring with some delay? We'll talk about Toneprints, but first I'd like to mention that the Hall of Fame 2 X4 has stereo inputs and outputs. It has MIDI in and through. It has a USB port so you can connect it to your computer for Toneprint editing or firmware updates. Now, Toneprints. Really nice. For this Hall of Fame 2 X4, TC Electronic has provided 6 Toneprint slots. And they're preloaded. I'm not going to go through all of them, but here's a sample of what comes with a unit when you buy it. Here's Toneprint slot number 1. Yeah. So as you can tell, it's a form of a shimmer. And the mash button is assigned to the, I think it's the modulation depth. All right, it's probably more than one parameter, but they're really nice sounding. Let's check out number 2. So again, that is obviously based on the shimmer type, but there's some kind of cool filtering going on. And as you can hear, when you press down on the mash button, it changes the parameters of that filtering. Let's get a little delay in there. All right, here's Toneprint slot number 4 with the settings that come out of the box. Nice. Yeah, there's modulation going on, and the mash button is affecting that modulation. And once again, let's try a little bit of delay combined with this. I think it'll sound really nice. Before you go, I've got a demo of the awesome Flashback 2 X4 pedal. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you on the next video.